Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and it's the 917th Rome Total War Brotherhood game that I put onto YouTube. And what a cracking battle I've got for you today. As you can see, this is fought on the Persian desert map. We have showed YouTube battles on this map before. As you can see, it's a very undulating ground map, this is. Which kind of makes the battle even more interesting with so many dips and high points on the map there. It makes using the ground very tactical on this particular map. There, and you can see the big rock there that sometimes you've seen in the past that we fight around that rock sometimes. And our first teammate today is Brotherhood member TR, who's bought the Britannia faction. Now he's got 12 mixed infantry, 4 head hurlers, 2 chariot archers and 2 heavy chariots. Okay, there you are, you can see the chosen swordsman there. Remember, they've got excellent morale like urban cohorts, and they can be really tough infantry. He's also got there, you can see that he's got a warband unit, 121 man warband unit with their anti-cavalry spears there. As I say, a TR always brings a very diverse army on any of the factions he brings. And there where you can see he's actually got woad warriors as well. Just look at the length of those swords as well. That's quite long swords, isn't it? I think they might have the longest swords maybe in the game. Leave your thoughts in the comments about that. And then he's got a mixture here, which is unusual, of head hurlers and slingers. Okay, so he's got a mixture of slingers and head hurlers there. That's very unusual to see in the Britannia army. Remember, barbarian troops, most of them have got low morale, so to bring a morale boosting unit like a religious unit is a good tactical move. Remember, morale, very, very important. We've talked about it loads in our battles. There you are. Now he's got the barbarian warlord chariots. Now remember, Britannia's got 2 lots of chariots. The heavy chariots are, I think, are about 580 denarii with 3 hit points, or these chariots with 5 hit points. And as I said before, I've tried both chariots over the years, and these barbarian warlord chariots with the 5 hit points really do make a difference, like, you know. So I would always advise you, if you take Britannia, to go for these barbarian warlord chariots. And remember, they don't run amok. And pound for pound, I think they're thought to be the best chariots in the game. Okay, and of course he's got some, I think he's got 2 chariot archers as well there. So a very diverse Britannia army there, which you would expect from TR, because that's what he does with his armies. Our next teammate is brother member JGP, who's bought the Egyptian faction. Now he's got 8 Pharaoh Guard spearmen, 6 Pharaoh bowmen, 4 heavy chariots and 2 chariot archers there. Of course, on the Persian desert, his troops are going to get the desert bonus. There you can see the Pharaoh spearman there, Pharaoh Guard spearman. He's got 7 upgrades on, an experienced stripe, gold shield, gold attack. They carry spears, so of course they're going to be automatically anti-cavalry, but they can be quite effective against infantry as well, especially as they're getting the desert bonus. Okay, and then he's got the Pharaoh bowman. If you notice, he's got 7 upgrades on, an experienced stripe, gold shield, gold attack. I think most people believe that these Pharaoh bowmen are the best archers in the game. Pound for pound, the best archers in the game. They're so good, when they run out of arrows, they make really effective light infantry as well. So as I say, I think most people would agree they're the best archers in the game. And then of course, he's got a general, a chariot unit there. There's his general that stood in the chariot. Once again, remember, these Egyptian chariots got the big attacking specifications, the big fear factor, taking morale away from enemy troops, but they also don't run amok. They're the same as the Britannia chariots. They don't run amok. When they get routed, they just leave the battlefield like any other unit. Okay, so there you are. And also he's got, there you are, there's his chariot archers there. Notice he's got 2 archers there and the driver. So interesting Egyptian army there. Unusual to see JGP take Egypt. Our next teammate is Brotherhood member Get Jacked, who has bought the Dacian faction. Now he's got 6 archers, 8 naked fanatics and 6 cavalry. He hasn't even got the chosen swordsman. Very, very unusual there. There you are there. Those of you that haven't seen the naked fanatics there, you can see, but as you can see, they're not quite naked. But they are the naked fanatics there. You notice their hair, I don't know if that's mud they put in their hair. I'm not quite sure about that, but there's a close-up of them if you haven't seen them before. So he's gone for them instead of the chosen swordsman. There where he's got his chosen archers there. Remember, these guys got long range, really good defense. They can also be good light infantry when they run out of arrows as well. And I think if I remember correctly, he's got a couple of horse archers as well. He's got the Scythian mercenary horse archers there. So a pretty unusual Dacian army, I would suggest, with no chosen swordsman. I would suggest that would be unusual. And there you are, I've got my old Roman army of 15 infantry and 4 cavalry. Okay, 15 infantry and 4 cavalry. A very diverse team, as you can see. Britannia with TR. We got Egypt with JGP. We got Dacia with Get Jacked. And Rome with myself. It's got the potential to be a cracking battle. And here is the other team. We have Brotherhood member Armenius. Now Armenius has got 8 infantry, just 8 infantry, 6 archers and 6 cavalry. Okay, just 8 infantry, 6 archers and 6 cavalry. Quick look at the upgrade. I'm just thinking, oh my gosh, check the upgrades. Oh my gosh, 9 upgrades, 3 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack, maximum upgraded Praetorian cavalry, which takes them out of the elite bracket into the super cavalry bracket. But I've got a question to ask you here. Do you think that 6 archers, 6 maximum upgraded cavalry makes up for just 8 infantry? Please leave your comments, your thoughts in the comments there. I'd be interested to see what you think. Do you think that 8 infantry, even with maximum upgraded cavalry, is enough for the modern day battlefield? Please leave your thoughts in the comments. Be interesting to read that. Okay, their next teammate is someone who's called himself OTD Chimrazig, but is in fact Scorpion King SR. Now he's just got 8 pikes, 6 archers and 6 cavalry. Okay, his pikes there, he's just got 7 upgrades on, an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack. But just look at the length of those Macedonian pikes like we've talked about before. Our troops have got to fight all the way down there to kill the man on the other end. Cavalry wise, oh, he's got 7 upgrades on his cavalry. And remember, we call these guys the winged horsemen because of those kind of wing things on their helmets. And remember, these guys got a 9 charge bonus. Remember, most cavalry in this game have just got a 6 charge bonus. These guys got a 9 charge bonus. Remember, the charge bonus is the impact and penetration that a unit can do. So as I say, very powerful charge on those companion cavalry. So that's an interesting Macedonian army there with its Cretan archers as well. Their next teammate is Brotherhood member Cal. Now Cal's had a few years break from Rome Total War, but he was back last weekend and he's bought the Thrace faction. Now he's got 12 pikes, 5 archers and 3 cavalry. And as I say, nice to see Cal back on Rome Total War. Have a look at the upgrades on his, oh my gosh, 9 upgrades, fully upgraded phalanx pikemen for his Thrace army there. Okay, look at the length of those pikes as well that we've got to fight down. So that's 3 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack, maximum upgraded pikes. He's got his archers there as well. Remember, these archers are only medium range. Their defense is not very good. They're kind of not that great, really. There's not a lot going for Thrace, really, on the 31k battlefield. He's got good upgrades on them there. I think what's he got? 7 upgrades and experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack. It wouldn't surprise me he's got good upgrades on his cavalry here. And he's gone for the light cavalry. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think he's got fully upgraded cavalry there. So those 3 units of light cavalry are fully upgraded as well. So that's a pretty well upgraded Thracian army there for Cal. And their last teammate is Brotherhood member Fesen, who has bought the Armenian faction. Now, to my knowledge, this is the first time he's bought Armenia. Now, he's got 1 heavy spearman, 3 legionnaires, and 6 cavalry. Okay, and as I say, I think this is an experimental Armenian army for Fesen. If you notice there, he's got the anti-cavalry heavy spear unit in front of his main battle formation to stop any head-on cavalry attacks. And then he's got the legionnaires, the Armenian legionnaires. And these guys can throw pilers. They look like Roman cohorts, aren't they? But they haven't got the same specifications. But they're pretty solid infantry. Both the heavy spearmen and the legionnaires are pretty solid infantry. But of course, their real strength is their cavalry. Count the upgrades there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's got 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack on his cataphracts there. Remember, we call these guys the tanks of the ancient world because they're armoured from head to toe, and used correctly they can be battle-winning troops. But this is once again a very diverse team. You've got Rome with Armenius, you've got Macedon with Scorpion King, we've got Thrace with Cal, and we've got Armenia with Fesen. A very, very diverse battle. Okay, at this very, very early stage of the battle, we literally just press start. Here you'll see that the actual initial plan is for us all to head over to that rock on the right flank. Okay, that is the initial team plan there. But of course, what do they say? A plan doesn't work on first contact with the enemy or something, doesn't it? So we'll see what happens there. But knowing the players that we're up against here, is going to be a lot of aggressive moves, I think, by both teams here. There you can see Get Jacked moving a couple of his horse archers forward there to target the enemy archers. You'll see Scorpion King countering those cavalry with one of his pike units and one of his cavalry units there, trying to push Get Jacked fast moving archers, horse archers back there, which is what he's done. Nice counter there by Scorpion King. You'll see here that Cal is moving his fully upgraded light cavalry out as well. Remember, that light cavalry is fully upgraded and very fast as well. As fast probably as the horse archers there. So Get Jack needs to be careful to keep his archers away from them. You can see that that pike unit that Scorpion King sent out has now been routed there. Let's just pause the game for a second. So over here you'll see that the Egyptian chariot archers are in Cantabrian circle. Remember, when they go into that Cantabrian circle, it's very difficult for foot archers to kill them. And you can see that JGP's got both of his chariot archers in Cantabrian circle, shooting loads of arrows into the enemy troops there. And here's something I wanted to show you. Armenius here, if you remember, he was over on the other flank. He's moved his infantry over. It wouldn't surprise me if he took his infantry over a little bit further there. But he's taken 3 of his archers, I think. Yeah, 3 archers and his maximum upgraded cavalry around the rock here. Okay, so he's trying to make the most of the ground. Tactical ground movement here for Armenius. Now, what I think he's going to do with those 3 archers and that maximum upgraded cavalry is take them round the rock here, and then maybe move his archers forward to target our Britannia ally. Remember, all my allies are going to be extremely susceptible to missile damage. Okay, Egypt, Britannia and Dacia, they're all going to be very susceptible to archer damage. Here you can see those Egyptian chariot archers in that Cantabrian circle. As I say, any horse archer or chariot archer unit that goes into Cantabrian circle, very difficult to kill for the enemy foot archers. Over here you'll see the Dacian cavalry going up against those fully upgraded light cavalry of cows there. And you can see one of the Dacian cavalry units has actually been routed there. You can see Cal bringing some of his, all of his archers over there to possibly target the Dacian cavalry. Here you can see, this is bad news for us. Can you see the bad news? Our Dacian ally, Get Jack General, has just been routed by those Macedonian companion cavalry. Now, we know that barbarian morale is not very good, so to lose the general could be a big thing for us in this particular battle. Here you can see Scorpion King has moved 2 of his pike units forward. Surprisingly to me, his general unit. Now, to me, that general unit looks quite exposed. I don't know what all of you think, but if I had archers and I was facing them, I would start targeting that general unit, try and kill the general. We know Macedon morale's not very good. Okay, so kill the general, you're going to lessen their morale even more. So that's something that I should think my allies will probably be looking at. Mind you, you can see the enemy's got a heck of a lot of archers there shooting into our troops, but we've actually got a lot of archers as well. Okay, so here you can see there the 2 Macedonian pike units of Scorpion King, including his general. Now, it wouldn't surprise me if JGP fancied taking on those units with his Pharaoh spearmen. Now, you can see Scorpion King here has lined his companion cavalry up down the flank. Now, it looks to me like he's just locked and loaded there, waiting for an opportunity to charge those cavalry in with their 9 charge bonus. there. He's just looking to see. But as I say, it wouldn't surprise me if JGP attacked these two Macedonian units with his spearmen, his Egyptian spearmen. Remember, he's getting the desert bonus here. So it may well be worth going up against the long pikes of Macedon. Remember, those Pharaoh spearmen there have got short spears in comparison to the long pikes of Macedon. But if you notice there, JGP has got the numbers. What's he got? 6 spear units there. He's put it in against these two Macedonian units. Now, I'm very surprised here that Scorpion King kind of doesn't back his general unit off, because I'm sure that he knows that our team will be looking to target that general. But here you can see a real scrap between those Egyptian troops and those Macedonian pikemen there. Okay, so let's just pause the game for a second here. So as I say, here, there is the general of Scorpion King there. And I would have thought that when he sees all these spearmen coming towards him, plus the archer damage he's taken, he may well back that general unit off. Okay, he's brought units forward there to support the general unit, and you can see Cal bringing his Thracian troops forward as well, which may well go into the flank of JGP's Egyptian spearmen there. We'll just have to wait and see. Okay, so change of plan now. I'm no longer taking my army over to the rock, which was the initial plan, I believe, of the team. I'm now taking my army more central here to face the troops, the enemy troops there that we're up against. Okay, and as we said, over here you can see that Armenius here has brought his archers and cavalry round the flank. It wouldn't surprise me if he moved those archers forward to start targeting our troops. And of course, if we send any cavalry to try and take out those archers, he's got his fully upgraded cavalry there to back his archers up. Now over here on the flank of the enemy team, can you see they got archers there, no heavy infantry? So what I was thinking is that if our allies here alt attacked with those archer units, they could maybe take out those archer units on the end, if you see what I mean. But I think Scorpion King spotted that, and he's bringing some of his pike units over to cover that. As I say here, see, those archer units would have been vulnerable to an attack there, but Scorpion King spotted that, and he's bringing his, I think, a couple of pike units over there to cover those archers now. But those archers will be suffering a lot of casualties anyway from the those chariot archers there, which are, as we saw, in Cantabrian Circle. Okay, so when you look at both teams, do you think that either team's got a faction advantage here? What do you think when you look at the teams here? Okay, so you can see that those Egyptian spearmen have routed that first Macedonian pike unit they were fighting, and now they're coming to attack the general unit of Scorpion King there. Okay, so if you were Scorpion King, would you withdraw that general unit, is the question I would ask you there. Or would you still keep it fighting there against those 5 or 6 spear units of JGP's? I know that he's got his Macedonian units up behind that spear unit, that pike unit there. But that general unit, to me, is a little bit kind of exposed there. What do you think? A little bit exposed there to those Egyptian spearmen. And don't forget, I'm pretty sure there's going to be archers shooting at that general unit as well. So there's a big chance that that general unit could rout. Now you can see Cal bringing his Thracian spearmen forward there, and it looks to me like he may well be looking to hit into the flank of JGP's spearmen there. Okay, you can see the way that Cal's moved those pike units forward. That's where I think he's going to go for. There it's going for JGP's spearmen there, but we'll just have to wait and see. But I think if it was me, I would definitely withdraw that Macedonian general unit there. I don't know what you're thinking there, but because otherwise I think, you know, as we said, Macedonian morale's not very good. If he loses his general, then of course he loses the general morale bonus as well, so his troops' morale is going to drop even more there. Okay, and you can see JGP really pushing those Pharaoh Guard spearmen into that Macedonian unit there, really trying to kill that general there. And as I say, you can see Cal there has brought a couple of his Thracian pike units forward there to try and help the Macedonian general. So that's a nice bit of teamwork there by Cal. but all the time that Macedonian general unit is being reduced by those spearmen and archer fire coming in on him as well. And as I say, if you were in charge of Macedon, would you have withdrawn that Macedonian general before now? I think I possibly might have done. There you are, there's a Macedonian general that been reduced from 121 men down to, I think it's only about 20 odd men left in that unit now. As I say, you can see the Thracian general bringing his pikes round to try and help his Macedonian ally. And over here, as we thought, Armenius has brought those archer units further forward there to target, looks like our Britannia ally. But it looks to me like TR is turning his whole Britannia army, all his infantry and chariots there, onto those archers, just to make sure that he can take them out. So that should be interesting to see what happens there. And with my infantry here, just to give you a heads up, I'm looking to go around the flank of the enemy team there to try and get on to a little bit higher ground there above them. Okay, at this stage of the battle here, you can see the Macedonian general unit still fighting. There are 25 men left in that Macedonian unit from 121. Can you see the generals being hit by arrows as well there? Can you see the arrows coming in on that unit? The Scorpion King finally decides to retreat the general unit there, but he suffered so many casualties there that the chances of the Macedonian general being killed would be quite high, I would think now. Now here you can see JGP's spearmen should stop chasing the general because there's too many enemy pikes there, and maybe move his spearmen, what's left of them, over behind my army. I don't know if you think that would be a good tactical move there. I think he needs to stop chasing that general unit, and as I say, just put his spears up and run his units in behind my army. That might be a good idea, but still target the Macedonian general with archer fire. There you are, you can see JGP taking his spearmen over towards my army, but still target the Macedonian general with archer fire there and see if they can kill him, take the general morale bonus away. There you can see the arrows. There we are, dead. The Macedonian general just been killed there. So we've just taken the general morale bonus away from the Macedonians there. So that's good news for us. Okay, so here you'll see my army there. Now what I'd like to do is move around the flank of the enemy team and try and get on the higher ground behind them. Because at the moment, if you notice on this undulating ground map, they are on higher ground than us. Can you see that? Can you see? There you are. Can you see as the Dacian archers are moving forward there? You can see that the enemy troops have taken a good decision there in standing their team on that higher ground, making it very difficult for us to attack. Now, can you notice here that Get Jacked has got his archers in close, tight formation here? And that's for more impact and more damage. And make no mistake, those Dacian chosen archers will be doing a lot of damage, I'm guessing, to the Thracian pikes. Remember, the Thracian pikes and the Macedonian pikes are extremely susceptible to archer damage there. So I would think, as I say, that Get Jack to be targeting them. He may well be targeting the Thrace general, I don't know. But or he may be just targeting the enemy archers there, but he got some serious firepower there. Meanwhile, here you can see my green Brutii army. I'm still trying to take up round the flank. Now remember, running in the desert, your troops get tired a lot quicker. Okay, the fatigue sets in a lot quicker running in the desert. Over here you'll see that JGP has got his chariots up on the high ground. Now that's where I'd like to get my Brutii army there, above the enemy troops there on that higher ground, if I can get there. But like I say, here you can see, look at the ground there. Can you see how the chariots are on higher ground? But like I said before, running in the desert, your troops get tired a lot quicker than they do on any other environment. Okay, here you can see, as I say, TR moving his archers and infantry forward there, probably with a view to take out those archers there, those Julii archers, because Armenius won't attempt to attack, obviously, the chariots there with all that infantry there, even with his fully upgraded cavalry. So I think what Armenius is going to do is abandon these two archer units to their fate, and he's going to take his fully upgraded cavalry away, where he may well be able to use them, you know, in a lot more advantageous situation than there. Okay, here you can see some of the Dacian troops moving up around the flank with my Brutii troops. You'll see that the Egyptian general JGP hasn't got a lot of spearmen left, and the spearmen that he has got left are very battle depleted. Okay, as we're still moving up round the right there, as I say, trying to get onto that higher ground above the enemy team there. Okay, you can see us all moving in that that general direction. But as I say, I think my troops are tired already before I even get up into that position there. So I need to be careful of that. And you can see that the enemy team are kind of massed here. Can you see what I mean? They've kind of massed in this particular area. And I think have set up quite a good defensive kind of team there, I think, in the way that they've set up that, you know, that defensive formation there the team is set up, going to make it extremely difficult for us to attack. And you can see by the look of them there that they're not kind of, I wouldn't have thought they're intending to attack as such at the moment. They're just going to stand there and try and get us to attack them. That's what they really want, I think. And you can see there that my green Brutii army, I'm still trying to get onto that higher ground there if I can. But you can see, I think the enemy have spotted that and they're starting to put units onto that higher ground themselves. JGP's chariots, it wouldn't surprise me if they were chased away from that particular part of the battlefield by cavalry and pikes there, just to chase them away from that higher ground. I want to show you a nice bit of teamwork here by JGP. Okay, can you see I'm trying to move up, as I said, onto the higher ground, and my flank is being covered by JGP's spearmen there, stopping any cavalry attack, trying to smash into the flank of my moving infantry. Okay, so make no mistake, that's a good tactical move there by JGP, a great teamwork move there, defending the flank of my moving battle formation there from any lightning cavalry attack. Over here you can see Get Jack's naked fanatics. Now, whether he's going to join us up round that side or whether he's going to try and attack from the other flank, looking at the way that he's moving his troops and his archers, it looks to me like he may well be looking to come round the other flank of the enemy troops there. Make no mistake, these archers that he's got, I'm not sure if they're even fully upgraded actually, those chosen archers. I think they are. So that's 3 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. Imagine the firepower that they've got shooting into the enemy troops there. And as I say, you can see the enemy troops on the higher ground. And remember, the pikes of both Macedon and Thrace will kill my barbarian allies' troops quite quickly. Okay, so Britannia and Dacia there, if they get into a fight with these pikes, they could lose a lot of men. So, as I say, the Dacian archers there may well be depleting the pikes there in anticipation of you know, an altercation a little bit later on. Here you can see once again JGP putting his spearmen up between mine and the enemy Julii units there, and make no mistake, the Roman Julii troops threw a lot of pilers at my troops, but because JGP had his spearmen in between my troops and them, his spearmen took the pilers there. Okay, but you can see there that the enemy are really reluctant there, quite rightly, to stop us. They're trying to stop us from getting up onto that higher ground. Obviously, they're very reluctant to let us get up there. So there you can see a chariot, that general chariot unit of JGP. Look, he was just going to hit that Macedon pike unit there before he put his pikes down. That's why he charged in there. He was hoping to hit that pike unit before he put the pikes down there, but the pike unit did go down just before he hit there. And as I say, over here, look, you can see both the Britannia troops and the Dacian troops there, maybe looking to come round the other flank of the enemy troops there. Can you see what I mean? I'm heading up to kind of, if you like, our right flank there, and you can see that my allies may well try and come in from the left flank here. So we could be attacking them from both sides, but just look at the enemy numbers there. I mean, they're really concentrated, aren't they? And I was wondering here, should I stand my ground and fight here? But if you notice, the enemy are on higher ground, so their pilers are going to do more damage to my troops. Their pilers are going to travel further. And if you notice there, can you see that the Armenian general, Fesen, is coming up on my right flank? They've chased JGP's chariots off the higher ground. Can you see that? JGP's chariots have either been routed or chased away from the higher ground. Here, now I need to move my infantry back because I don't want Fesen coming in on my flank with his Armenian army there. Can you see that? I can see that that's what Fesen was looking to do, to try and smash into the flank of my army here. Over here you can see our Egyptian ally there is fighting. He's got his he's got his Pharaoh bowmen there, all to attack. Can you see they've drawn their small swords there, trying to fight those Macedonian cavalry? But they will lose that that particular fight. And I can see there that our Egyptian allies, JGP's general, has just been routed as well. So we've lost the Egyptian general morale bonus there. Okay, so here, as I say, you can see Get Jacked with his Dacian army, definitely looking like he's going to try and attack from this flank. He's got his cavalry, his naked fanatics, and his archers there. And you can see, I can see some battle damaged Egyptian spearmen there. You've got TR moving his Britannia army maybe over towards my Brutii army there. JGP has not got a lot of units left there. But let's say if you look at my Brutii armies, it's starting to look a little bit isolated to you. And don't forget, Armenius has got his fully upgraded Julii cavalry in behind my infantry there, ready to charge in, I think. Now remember, my cavalry is nowhere near as well upgraded as Armenius, so I don't really want to get into a scrap with that well upgraded cavalry if I can possibly help it. Okay, that's what I don't want to do. I need to keep my cavalry near my infantry, so if Armenius does attack, I can always use my infantry there. Right, can you see the enemy troops trying to move around the flank of my Brutii infantry? I'm trying to walk my infantry because I don't want to run them in the desert because they're already tired, but the speed that the enemy are moving, look, I'm going to have to run my troops, and the last thing I want to do is make them more tired than what they are for the next part of the battle here, because I can see the enemy troops are locked and loaded there, ready to charge in. You see those, I think he's going to take out one of my pilot shield units there with those Macedonian cavalry, those companion cavalry. That unit I think is going to get taken out there. Look at those powerful Armenian cataphracts locked and loaded as well, ready to charge in on my tired Brutii army there. Okay, just look at the height advantage that the enemy team has got now. You can see they're on a lot higher ground than us, and my Brutii army to me looks like it's going to be the target for them there. Can you see Armenius there? He looked like he was going to charge his fully upgraded cavalry into my Brutii army there. Can you see? It looked like he was really thinking about that, wasn't it? Can you see that? He had a finger on the trigger there to pull that trigger, didn't he? But now can you see all that enemy cavalry on my flank, plus all that enemy infantry moving in on me? Make no mistake here, this could be the make or break of the battle. My army could be smashed, crashed and bashed here by all that enemy cavalry there on the higher ground. Can you see that? So they're going to get the downhill charge bonus as well as their normal bonuses. Let's pause the game for a second. Just look there, look at that. Up on that higher slope there. So yeah, make no mistake, they're going to get the down slope or downhill advantage there into my infantry. I've got Armenian infantry heading towards me as well as Macedonian infantry. Here I've got my Britannia ally TR is with me here. And as I say, you can see Get Jacked with his Dacian army moving up towards Armenius's Julii infantry and those Macedonian pikes. So as I say, you can see there's a general disposition of the battle there, so you can see exactly what's going on at this stage. But here, can you see those Armenian cataphracts? I think they had 8 upgrades on each, and those fully upgraded Julii cavalry. Make no mistake here, they are locked and loaded, and their general's got a finger on the trigger there. Here comes this Armenian cavalry there looking to take out or take on TR's chariots there. Okay. So you can see there, as you can see, the general disposition of the enemy troops here, and just look at those Armenian cataphracts in wedge formation for more impact and more damage there. And you can see the Armenian infantry moving towards me now. I think that they're going to look to smash into the flank of my infantry as that Armenian infantry hits the forward units of my battle formation. Now over here, I can see that Armenius' Julii infantry and the Macedonian cavalry and infantry are attacking Get Jack's Dacian army here. Okay, this could be a real problem for Get Jack because he doesn't want to face pikes, and he knows that those units there of Julii infantry and Macedonian infantry have got better specifications than his infantry, so we could have a problem over on that left flank. Okay, but here, as I say, you can see the Armenian infantry getting ready to attack the forward units of my battle formation. The cavalry there are ready to come into my flank. See these two units on the right flank of my battle formation? I need to turn them to face the threat of those cavalry coming in. Okay, so these two infantry units here, I need to turn to face the threat of those cavalry coming in on my flank. Okay, I need to do that quite quickly as well, I think. There. Okay, you can see that cavalry getting ready to charge in. It wouldn't surprise me if it just charged. There you are. Can you see? I'm now turning those two infantry units on the right flank of my battle formation to face those cataphracts coming in. Here comes the cataphracts. Pause again for a second here. Right, can you see there? I've turned those units to face the cataphracts. Those 6 cataphracts now, make no mistake, are going to head for my infantry. I'm going to try and counter as many of them as I can with my 4 cavalry. And you've got the Armenian infantry smashing into the forward units with Macedonian help of my infantry battle formation here. Here you can see the Thracians look like they're going to advance onto our Britannia ally. But bad news for us on the left flank. Most of our Dacian allies' troops have now been routed. Okay, can you see most of the Dacian naked fanatics and the archers there have been routed by Armenius and Scorpion King there. And there's a good chance they're going to take out all of our allies' troops there, including the Egyptian troops that are left there as well. So all the Dacian troops and all the Egyptian troops could be taken out by this army, and then they're going to move in on the flank of TR and myself there. So that this could be a real battle-winning situation for the enemy team. Here where you can see that we're some of TR's effective against armor heads are being thrown in onto the enemy troops there. Watch the Macedonian cavalry go down. You see all that cavalry went down under those heads coming in on them. And just look at those heads coming in on those enemy troops there. So well done to TR there. Okay, but meanwhile over here on our right flank, you'll see that I've managed to rout those Armenian cataphracts that are coming in on me with the help of the chariots of TR. So our combination attack worked well, but these 3 cavalry units are smashed into the flank of my infantry there. Look at the penetration. Look at that penetration there as that cavalry is penetrating into my battle formation there. And you can see the Armenian infantry really pushing in on me as well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my cavalry onto the higher ground. Okay, I'm going to take my cavalry onto the higher ground and then smash into the rear of those engaged Armenian infantry. And what I'm looking for here, I'm looking for a mass rout. Okay, so there you are. I've taken my cavalry above the enemy infantry there, and I'm looking to smash into those Armenian infantry, and I'm going to do a surge attack at the same time. I'm going to charge my infantry forward in an old school, old-fashioned surge attack at the same time. Here, as I say, you can see our Britannia ally facing Thrace, but over here on our left, oh my gosh, right, okay, so I think all of our Dacian allies infantry and all of our Egyptian allies infantry has now been taken out, and all these troops here now are ready to charge into the flank of our engaged troops. Okay, so all our Dacian and Egyptian allies have been taken out, and it's just myself and TR left with our Britannia army and my Brutii army there. And all those enemy troops are going to come in now and probably roll us up from left to right. You can see all those enemy troops there charging forward there. Luckily, TR still got his chariot, so he's still instilling fear into the enemy troops. But here's my cavalry charging into that Armenian infantry. Look, and bang! And I'm surge attacking at the same time. That was a classic hammer and anvil attack. An old school infantry surge attack, and my cavalry smashing into the rear of those Armenian infantry. So we've now mass routed the Armenian cavalry and infantry there. So that's really good news for that. Don't make no mistake, the chariots of Britannia there, and if you notice that TR brought some of his infantry over there as well to help with that attack. So that's good news for us. We've taken out the Armenian, basically all of the Armenian army there, as you can see. So very pleased about that. And now what I'd like to do is try and get up onto the higher ground, because we've got all these enemy troops to contend with. Now over here, can you see the enemy Julii troops? And if you notice, can you see they're on slightly higher ground there, are going to attack TR's troops there. But TR's got those chariots, which is going to instill fear into those enemy troops there. Okay, so meanwhile what I need to do is go right here and attack the Thracians. I need to attack Cal's Thracians here, and I'm going to try and chase down the Armenians here to stop them rallying. Can you see with my cavalry, I'm just trying to chase down the Armenians there, because I don't want any rallied troops coming back into the battle there. Okay, but meanwhile over here, can you see that TR is attacking with his chariots there, with a massive fear factor that he's got with those chariots. Can you see him charging in there like a bang as he charges in there? And he's got his infantry there as well, who are holding really well against Armenius's cavalry and infantry attack there. There's Macedonian units that have been routed as well. Oh my gosh, really well done to TR with his Britannia army there. He routed Julioid infantry and cavalry and Macedonian units as well. I can't tell you how good that was for TR to do that with his Britannia army there. Really well done there to TR. That was a great, I think that could well have been a battle-saving situation there. Meanwhile here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to attack those Thracian pikemen head on now. That's what I'm intending to do. I'm going to surge attack those pikemen. I'm going to try and get my cavalry in behind them at the same time and charge my cavalry in. But I am going to surge attack those pikemen now. Old school, old-fashioned surge attack still work in 2024, and that's what I'm going to try and do. But well done to TR there with his Britannia army. Excellent what he's done there, and now he can bring his army up to help against the Thracians here. So that would be good news for us there. Now my troops, if I remember correctly, I think fighting in the desert as they have done, I think my troops might even be exhausted. My infantry, I think, if I remember correctly, I think my infantry is actually exhausted. But I'm getting my cavalry in behind those Thracian pikes, and you can see I'm running my infantry surge attacking those Thracian pikes there. Okay, because I believe that obviously urban cohort specifications are a lot better than these Thracian specifications here, especially hitting them in the flank as well, and just surging forward with sheer numbers there. I'm hoping to cause those Thracian units to rout, and I'm going to throw my cavalry into them as well. And you can see that TR is bringing his chariots and infantry up as well. Remember, those chariots will be sapping the morale of enemy troops as well. I'm still making sure that enemy troops are not rallying with my cavalry, but you can see my infantry there moving in on those Thracian pikemen there. And you can see my Britannia allies. I say, those, make no mistake, those chariots are really sapping the morale. See, my troops now are exhausted. Okay, they are absolutely exhausted. And the enemy troops here, look, the Thracians are tired, but mine are exhausted. So that means they're at their lowest ebb. Okay, but don't forget, I've got a very morale-based army here. I've got 2 Eagle units plus my general as well, so I'm pumping extra morale into my troops to stop them from mass routing. See, exhausted troops, when they hit hard obstacles, they can very often, because their morale is so low, they can very often rout. But because I've got those extra morale giving units there, that's keeping them fighting. Here I'm going to charge my cavalry in just to finish off those Thracian pikes, and bang as they smash in there. And oh my gosh, we have managed to go on to win this battle, which really did surprise me here. And there you can see there that we've managed to rout the last of the Thracian troops there. Now this is a really spread out battle. I mean, I can't tell you how spread out it was. There was skirmishing and fighting going on all over the battlefield here. I tried to get all the action in that I could, but there was so much going on at the same time. Look at all these Armenian troops here. You can see that's all Armenian infantry there that have been taken out. As we move back over here, you can see that's like a big cavalry scrap there. You see a lot of dead cavalry and a lot of those Britannia. Oh, that's where Armenius attacked TR's Britannia troops, I think, there. So that was really well done by TR there. And as I say, you can see a lot of dead troops There, another pile of dead troops. This is where we were fighting there, right at the beginning of the battle, where we were advancing onto the enemy troops. A lot of Egyptian troops dead there, you could see. But it's a very, very spread out battle. As I say, there was things going on all over the battlefield. I tried to get in as much as I could, but when there's so much going on, you kind of can miss things, like, you know. But just looking at all the dead all over the battlefield here, you can see how intense the fighting was here. And as I say, what a diverse battle this was. So many different factions. Now, I think Get Jacked, if I remember right, just had 3 rallied units left. 1, 2, 3. I think all those, that's all he's got left out of his entire army, and those are rallied units, because I think all of his army was routed at one stage. So that's good news that he's got all those 3 units there. But unfortunately for JGP, I think his entire army, all of JGP's entire army was routed. But I thought he played with that Egyptian army really well. Great teamwork by JGP. So JGP's all his army's gone. Dacia's just got 3 units left. So TR and myself seem to have most units left there. But make no mistake, that was a really tough battle. Now, in a minute, I'm going to talk to you about something that we haven't talked about before in any... I'm going to talk to you about something we haven't talked about in any of our battles before, which I hope you'll find interesting, and I'd like your thoughts in the comments about it, okay? So the first thing I'd like to say, as usual, well played to everybody in the game. And to be honest with you, I was really surprised that it was a clear victory. When I saw the troops that we had left, I thought it would have been an average victory there. But here's something that I wanted to talk to you about, and that's about the highest kills. Okay, now that you can see there that the highest kills there goes to myself. All right, now some people watching battles might think, right, okay, the person that got the highest kills played the best in the game to get the highest kills, okay? But that is actually not correct. What's actually happened here is the way that the whole team played enabled me to get the highest kills. Now, what I mean by that, did you notice that as I was fighting, my allies were keeping the enemies off my flank and off my rear there, enabling me to attack, okay? Which gave me the chance to get those good kills. So my team enabled me. They were the enablers that enabled me to get the good kills. Do you see what I mean? So they were keeping the enemy off of me and allowed me to attack to get the good kills. And when you watch any Rome Total War battles, the person that gets the highest kills, it's their teammates, like I say, that have enabled them to do that by the way they play. So even though I've got the highest kills in the game, that doesn't make me the best player in the game like some people might think. I was only allowed to do that by the way that the whole team played. Okay, so the team are my enablers that enabled me to get those good kills. And that's something we haven't talked about before. But as I say, whenever you watch battle replays and you see the person with the highest kills, watch what the rest of the team have done to enable him to get them. And I just like your thoughts in the comments about that. Now, which team do you think had faction advantage there? I'd like to say Armenius there. He got some really good kills with Rome. Remember, he only had 8 infantry in his army. Well done to Scorpion King. He got over 1,000 kills with his Macedonians. Well done to Cal. Nice to see him back on Rome Total War. He might be a bit disappointed he got less than 1,000 kills, but he did well with Thrace. And well done to Fesen. He'll be disappointed with his experimental Armenian army there. He got less than 1,000 kills, but it was an experimental army, so you expect these things, don't you? So well done, guys. Really well played. Well done to Get Jacked. Did really well with Dacia. Look at the kills he got with Dacia there. I think that's really good kills, so well done to him. Well done to JGP. He'll be disappointed he didn't get 1,000 kills, but he really played well as a great teammate. And well done to TR. Got some great kills with Britannia there as well. Really well done. And look at the troops that he's got left. Look at that. He lost less than 400 troops. So well done to TR. And as I say, who do you think had faction advantage there? Who do you think? They had Rome, Macedon, Thrace and Armenia. Pretty strong. We had Rome, Dacia, Egypt and Britannia there. So I just thought, look at the diversity in this battle. This is one of the most diverse battles I've been in. And what we're starting to find, we're getting increasingly more diverse battles in our 31k game, which I think is really good. Okay, so Spartan Commander saying looking forward to reading your thoughts in the comments. Bye for now.